Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Morning, sir.
Very good morning.
Invisible, sir.
Yes. So in the last class, we studied about what is the basic current mirror circuit and what is the sizing issue and what is the length. Sizing issue means length, mainly length and width issues. What is the remedies? How can you take the from one particular node to the other? Okay. So for that, definitely one what is that one? One source. Hello.
Sir, ఇప్పుడు వినబడుతుంది సార్. ఇప్పుడు వినబడుతుంది.
Okay.
Interesting, sir.
Okay. So one dedicated source, I reference source, we should be taken. The same amount of current should be usually copied or generated. So simply I can say here generated means same current is here. Here reflecting means you can say it is a copied. So that sometimes we need double of the reference current or half of the reference current. How to do it? So for that, so generally we earlier means before this what is that one this unit approach, we have taken this approach. So instead of W by L, okay, if you want double of the current, okay, what we are taking, the M reference circuit is there. Here is one more, M2 is one more current, the one more device is there. So let us say this is the whole thing is one device, and this is the one device, of course. So this device ratio is W by L, but this device ratio is 2W by L. The width should be double of this one, then you can get the 2 times of this reference current. Got my point or not? So that is the solution. But whenever using that solution, the issue is sizing issue. We cannot do the exact length. I think you know about length should be fixed, one thing, and one more thing. So there is a L effect is equal to, so L drawn minus 2 LD. Based on that formula, L is, you cannot say the exactly the correct value because it depends on the lateral diffusion. Okay, the lateral diffusion, how much the lateral diffusion, based on that it is L value will be changes. So what is the other, also come to the W. So W also, if you want to change the width, if you want to increase the width twice, then you will get the gate corner effect. This is the gate corner effect. This corner effect. So it means it is exactly, here see, let us assume from bottom to the top, the W value is not fixed, it is changing. So that the sizing issue we have whenever we are what is that one, we need to get the double of the reference current or half of the reference current. The same current, okay, less or more, it is acceptable. But whenever you are going to amplify or what reduce the current, then it mainly depends on the W value. So whenever we are go with the change of the W value, we will get this problem. So that the other alternative is this one, unit transistor concept. Here, this is the I reference cell. Here, instead of one transistor, we took the two transistors. Okay, and each one carries the what? Half of the current. Half of the current. That means I reference is this is the I reference by 2, this is the I reference by 2. If you want twice, these unit cells are required 4. 4 into I reference by 2 is how much? Twice as the I reference. And at this point, we need the half of the reference cell. So that here two transistors all are equal. All are having same sizes. Identical transistors. So here the two transistors which carries the I reference by 2 each one. So I need the at the end I reference by 2 use only one transistor, is enough. Clear? So this is the concept we are using. So after this concept, okay. So we are going with the what is it one? Cascade current mirrors. Cascade we know. What is a cascade? So generally cascade configuration is used to what? Higher output resistance, higher gain. Cascade configuration. So in the cascade configuration, two transistors are there. One is the common gate, one more is the common source. Common gate sitting upon the common source. Common source is responsible to translation the voltage into current, and then common gate is responsible to convert the current to the voltage. Finally, you get the input is voltage and output is voltage. I think you should remember. So in the module 2, we studied that. Module 2 only, man? Yes. Okay, same configuration. Yes, madam. Okay. So we use the same configuration. We are trying to use the same configuration. Thereby, we can get some advantages. The first, whatever the things we were discussing so far in this particularly current mirror concept, always we kept in our mind that channel modulation is zero. We neglected the channel modulation. Of course, body biasing also negligible. So we are taking these two are negligible. Then only you get the copying current. That means I out is equal to I reference is multiplied by the W by L of 2 by W by L of 1. If both are L is same, then L will get cancelled, then W2 by W1. Remember? Yes, that concept we used. So now suppose generally we cannot neglect the channel modulation always, because now it is a trend of short channel devices. Okay, it is a trend of short channel device. Yeah, we are using short channel device on long channel device. It is a long back, 2 decades before. Now everything is short channel. Okay, because of size, portability. Why the transfer size is required? Small, even though there are a lot of issues are coming. Got my point or not? My question is, why the smaller devices preferable than the longer devices? Even though long channel devices are much more better than the short channel devices. We have plenty of issues in the short channel devices. Always the research is towards the reducing each and every issue, thereby getting the new issues. This every day by day is challenging task. What design of the short channel devices? Okay, reason is you know that is the so whenever both are very small, very near, source and drain are very near. Okay, and what is that one? Oxide gate, oxide thickness is so small. There are a lot of fields or influences on the flow of carriers from source to drain. They are diverting. What are the carriers trying to flow from source to drain, which makes the current? So they are taking the diversion paths because of so many fields are interfering. So as long as the sufficient thickness of the oxide is there, so whatever the external forces will not, we won't do anything. Okay, but whenever this field, this oxide thickness is, because of scaling, thickness is so small, we should start it. Okay, so external fields are very influencing on the carriers which flows from source to drive. That is the movement. Okay, so now I want to include channel length modulation factor. What is the channel length modulation factor? Lambda. That also, if you consider that also, what is the current mirror circuits? That for that we are using the what? Cascode current mirrors. Got? So in the discussion of current mirrors, so far we neglect the channel length modulation. Got the point? In practice, this effect produces significant error in the copying current. So whenever you are neglecting something, you cannot get accurate value. You won't get the accurate value. The reason is what? You are leaving something. You are leaving something. So whenever you are leaving something, how can you get the same thing? Clear? So that is the problem. So especially if minimum length transistors, I think short channel devices are used so as to minimize the width and hence the output capacitance of the current source. For the simple mirror of the figure, we can write, yeah, this circuit already earlier we used this circuit. This is the one M1 transistor, this is M2 transistor, this is the copying device or copying network, you should say. This is the I out. I out is equal to, so I reference is multiplied by the, so W by L of 2 by W by L of 1. That is our formula. Okay, and we know the formula for the current of this device on this device. This device current is, let us say, ID1. ID1 is equal to, because of it, you should be thinking every time it is in the saturation. So each device in the network is in the saturation. So that ID1 is equal to of Vn CVX W by L of 1 VGS minus VT square, include the channel modulation, is multiplied with the 1 plus lambda VDS. VDS1 here. Okay, so what is the, if you go back and think, recollect the what is the channel modulation advantages means, suppose if you forget about this factor, if you are missing this factor, okay, that is approximation value. So you can say your drain current in the saturation doesn't depends anymore on the drain voltage. Clear? But whenever you are including this term, so you can say your drain current depends or influenced by the drain voltage. Earlier it was not depends on the VDS in the saturation. Once it's in the entering in saturation, so whatever the drain voltage, I think the current will not be. I think it is independent of the drain voltage current. But when we include the channel modulation, so since the factor 1 plus lambda VDS, of course, there W by L is what? L dash. L is what? L dash. L dash is what? So the length up to the pinch off point. Okay. Don't want to take much more deviations. Just we stop there and simply this current equation is this much for the first current. The second transistor current is this much. I think no doubt for both of you, all of you, sorry. Okay, no doubt. So now ID2 by, what is ID1? ID2 is nothing but I out. So I out by ID1 is nothing but what? I reference. So ID2 by ID1 is equal to, they all are the same thing, so cancel each other. But where W by L of 2, W by L of 1, and these two factors will rise. Earlier, this is not there. Only this is our formula for the, so ratio of I out to I reference. Now, your I out to I reference ratio is W by L of 2 by W by L of 1 is multiplied with what? 1 plus lambda VDS by VDS2 by 1 plus lambda VDS1. So for factors are included. Okay. So now, so while VDS1 is equal to VDS1 means this one. This is the VDS1. Drain and source. Of course, you can say here. So VDS1 is equal to VGS1. Of course, both are, since they both are tied together. So the gate and the drain both are having the same potential. You can say this is equal to this. Am I correct? So VGS1 is equal to VDS1 is equal to VGS2. Since whatever the potential here, you are applying the gate of the second transistor. Is it okay? Well, clear? So what is the voltage? VGS2. The VGS2 is equal to VGS1 is equal to VDS1. Okay. So may not equal. This is VDS2 may not be equal to VGS2. So VDS2, this is the VDS2, is not equal to VGS2. This is the VGS2. Because of the circuit feed by M2. Yes. So this potential and this potential is not equal. This is equal to this is equal to this. Okay. But this is not equal to this one. This is not equal to this one. Got my point? This is the VDS2 is not equal to VGS1, VGS2. But VGS2 is equal to VGS1. VGS1 is equal to VDS1. So understand? Okay. In the figure, the potential at the node P is why it is not equal. Why it is not equal? That point. So in the figure, yeah, this is my picture. The picture, if you take this picture, this is what is this one? This is the application I have shown earlier. What is this application? Current mirror concept applied to the differential amplifier. This is the one differential pair. This is one more differential pair. These two are the current sources. Okay. So for these two current sources, biasing voltage is required. That biasing voltage is provided by the current reference circuit. This one. This is. And these two are the what? Control differential pair. And this is what? Tail current source. That should be remembered. So in this figure, the potential at the node P, this is the node P, is determined by the input common mode value level and the gate source voltage of M1 and M2. Where is M1? So this is M1 and this M2. This is what VGS2, this is what VGS1. So that VP is nothing but which constitutes the current voltage because of the both sides potentials. That is what VGS1 and VGS2. Got it? Yes. So and it may not be equal to Vx. Where is the Vx? This is the VP. Okay. And Vx is there. So Vx is and this is the Vx. 1 minute. Yeah, Vx this is. This is the Vx. This potential and this potential is not equal. Okay. So and it may not be equal to this one. In order to suppress the effect of channel length modulation in the previous picture, whatever the effect is there. So we can go with these two. Force VDS2 to be equal to VDS1. VDS2 means already told you. Suppose here. This is the 2. This is 1. So here, what is the voltage? That should be equal to VDS1. The first thing. Or force VDS1 equal to VDS2. So either this equal to whatever the Vx is equal to this one, or this equal to this one. You can do anything. Either this or that. Both are same. So whatever, suppose here voltage is suppose 5 volts. So make it to appear here same 5 volts. Or here is a 4.5 you are getting. So make the corrections to get the 4.5 here. But so these two principles leads to the differential topology. Okay. So one thing you should understand, this Vp and this Vx is not. Okay. So for getting that, to make VDS1 is equal to VDS2 or VDS2 is equal to VDS1, we have different approaches. So if you take the first approach, so in the first approach, say first make to ensure that VDS2 in the figure be both constant and equal to VDS1. Yes, this is same picture I am taking once again. The basic picture. So first, what I'm telling you, VDS2 to ensure that VDS2, this is the VDS2 in the figure, it should be constant and equal to VDS1. Here, VDS1. It should be constant and equal to this value. So that is our task. So as we know that the cascode device can shield a current source, thereby reducing the voltage variations across it. If you take a constant voltage source, means the voltage across the current source should be a constant. Understand? So whatever the current source you are taking, suppose the I reference is there. Across the I reference, the voltage should be constant. As we know that the cascode device can shield a current source, thereby reducing the voltage variations across it. So as in the picture, this one, even though the analog circuit may allow Vp, that means Vp means here the potential. This potential is developed because of this analog circuit. To vary substantially, Vy, the voltage at this point, remains relatively constant. See the variations at the node P, because of this analog circuit, you may got like this. Whereas at Y, at the node Y, you may get like this. So try to make it constant. So Y should be X letter. From the basic picture, what I told you, whatever the voltage here, it should be constant and should be equal to this value. According to the same concept, of course, Vp is the potential developed by this entire analog circuit. I don't know what is the size of the analog circuit there. Maybe many transistors may be there. Anyhow, here the potential you have, that is varying. That is varying. Okay. So, but the potential at Y is nothing but what? VDS2. What is the potential at Y? VDS2. It should be constant, more or less. So same, we are coming back. So if it is constant, then you can make it equal to Vx. Okay. So both, but how to ensure that VDS2 is equal to VDS1? That is the big question. How can you make these two equal? Vx is equal to Vy. Vx is equal to Vy. Vx is nothing but VDS1. Vy is nothing but VDS2. Okay. So we must generate Vb such that this one. This is the another potential. Vb, biasing potential, biasing voltage you must be generate that voltage which makes to make this constant and is equal to Vx. How? See, VB is that VB minus, see this picture. So VB minus VGS3 is equal to VDS1. So this is the VDS1. Vx is equal to VDS1. Let us say Vx is equal to VB. This is VB minus VGS3. VGS3 means what? VB. VB. This is Vx is equal to VB minus VB. Okay. So which means what? Which means what? So this subtraction must be constant. Subtraction must be constant. That should be the Vx. Then if it is constant, this will be constant and it will be same. Or and from this equation, you can say VB is equal to this is VB is equal to. If you want to write the equation, so this is what? This is what? VGS3. VGS3 plus this is what? What is the potential at this point? VGS1 or VDS1. Both are same. You can write VGS1. VB is equal to VGS3 plus VGS1. This potential is equal to, okay, understand? So this VB is equal to, here potential Vx. Vx means what? This plus this. This is what? This one, VGS3. And this is what? Already you know, this Vx. Vx is nothing but what? VGS1. Okay. So, what to do? In order to, in other words, VB can be established by two diode connected devices in series. So, this is one diode. This is one more diode. Whenever the gate is shorted to drain, it works as a diode. Gate is shorted to what? Drain. It is a, what is it?
Current source.
Diode.
Okay.
Okay. This is one diode, this is one more diode. So this is the two diodes connected in series with the, of course, current source is there, of course. So from this, you can say one thing, the potential at this point, VB, this is the VB. This voltage actually we are trying to generate. This voltage we are trying to generate. That voltage must make the constant of VGS2, VDS2. Okay, and it should be equal to VDS1. So this voltage is how much here? If you take the voltage drops here and here, because both are the diodes, the drop across this one is the number VS0, the drop here is VGS1. So VGS0 plus VGS1 is the VB. Okay, so otherwise VGS0 plus VGS1 is VGS3 plus VGS1. See this equation. VGS0 is this much plus this is the VGS1 is equal to VGS3. So VGS3 means what? Earlier here is the VB is there, one more device in the previous picture. Third transistor. Got my point or not? So this is the VB value, you calculate like this. This is equal to the VGS3 is this is plus we already short circuited with the drain of the M1. So once again you can see this picture. Yeah, this picture. This I am telling you. This picture, entire picture. In this picture, so the next picture what I shown recently, that is the generation of the VB. After generation of the VB, you can connect to this one. Okay, that's why what is saying that equal VB equal to this potential. What is this potential? VGS3 plus this potential. What is this potential? This potential. So VDS3 is the VDS3 and VDS3 got 2. So VDS2 is equal to this is the VDS1. Yes. Look at this. VGS0 plus VGS1 is equal to VB. That equal to VGS3 plus VGS1. And hence VGS0 and is equal to VGS3. VGS means 0 means M0 transistor. 3 means third transistor in this picture. in this picture. Or if you want to take this picture, so this is the third 2, 1. Here you can take the M0 transistor, no problem. Yes. Once again, in other words, VB can be generated by 2 diode connected devices in series with the extra circuit, or you can change the bottom, this configuration. You can change this, or you can connect one more device here. One more device. That is the M0. This is the M1. Okay. Yes, that is the M0 M1. 2 diodes are connected in series. Yeah, why we need to connect like this? Because the VB, whatever the potential required for the M3 transistor, should be in such a way that we should make constant the VDS2 or VGS3 constant share. So that's why VGS0, this is plus VGS1 is equal to VGS3 plus VGS1, and hence so VGS0 and VGS3 becomes equal from these two concepts. Okay, because these two will be cancel each other. If we equate to 0, then VGS0 is equal to VGS3 will be the remaining word. Yes. Now attach that VB, whatever the VB generated in the earlier this picture. So it is connected to the third transistor here for this at this point. Should join. The network should be joined here. Yes. To the cascade current source shown in this picture. The result allows accurate copying of the current even in the presence of body effect also. Now, because this is what VB, this is produced by these two devices, thereby this Vy constant and is equal to Vx. Vx is equal to Vy, you can make it, and Vy is constant because of VB is generated or established by this nice network. Okay, now your current source, whatever the copying current. So similarly, our final thing is here the current is this current. Copy the same current. I out is equal to I reference. Okay, this circuit is, I think this circuit is little bit few more components are in more, so few more components are there here compared to the basic one. In the basic one, how many devices are there? Only 2 devices, M1, M2. But now in this 4 devices are there. So because there actually we took the ideal case and we neglected a lot of things. But now we are going to more practical. Whenever we are going to more practical, definitely whatever the even small parameters values also should not be negligible. So like that, long channel modulation as well as body effect we bring into the consideration. So based on that, to nullify them, devices are exist. But this circuit is much more robust compared to the basic circuit. Got my point? So this is what? What is the circuit? Cascade current mirror circuit. So why it's called the cascade? Here devices are cascade, here devices are cascade. Earlier these are not there, these 2 devices are not there. But now they are included to reduce the or to consider the channel modulation and body effect. So as explained earlier, the typical selection L1, L2 length should be equal, these 2 lengths, because these 2 are similar devices. And scale W2. with respect to the W1 to obtain the desired multiple of I reference. Okay, so it means in the earlier we already discussed that if you want to get more current, or if you want to make the current off or double, what to do? There I said length should be equal. Because of technology we can't say anything, but there is a, if you invite the length also variable, then you have some issues already. You know that is the actual length formula is L effective is equal to L drum minus 2LD. So based on that, it is not good to change the length value. Only the option is W, but where we consider the W, but after that we, what is that one? We discussed the drawbacks of the W is also constant because of the corner gate corner things. But now again we came back to, after nullifying so many things, we came back here so that again you can go for the scaling of the W. So W2 should be some multiples of W1. W2 should be some multiples of the W1, maybe 2 W1, 3 W1. That means the multiplication value should be integer, should not be fractional value. Okay. So then only your current is, suppose if multiplication factor is not integer, it is a 1.5 or 0.5, then what happens? Your current is not amplifying. So it may be reduces. 0.5 into I reference is equal to I out. Got my point or not? Yes. So that W should be always, what relation should be, and you should be derived means you need to derive the relation between the W2 and W1. How much W2 when compared to the W1? So which should be changed? How much? So, but we should be think that, so always relation should be having with the integer values. Similarly, for VGS3, this is the VGS3. Equal to VGS0, this is the VGS3. To equate both. So earlier, after writing the equation, so finally we got VGS0 is equal to VGS3. Okay. So for VGS3 to be equal to VGS0, choose L3 is equal to L0. So these two lengths should be equal. And scale W3 by the same factor of here, relation. Suppose in the bottom, if you have W2 is equal to 3 times W1, then do the same thing for the here also relation. Okay, to make VGS3 and so VGS0 equal, both the devices lengths are should be equal, and W3 width of the third transistor should be multiplied by the same factor what we consider in the bottom pair. So that finally W3 by W0 is equal to W2 by W1. In practice, L3 and L0 are equal to minimum allowable value so as to minimize their width, while L1, L2 may be longer in some cases. Yeah. So of course, according to the above statement, so bottom transistors and upper transistors all are having same length, and only the W is the main factor. I think it is not good to what is the term? I out is depends on the two parameters. Okay, if it depends on more parameters, I think any parameter can be changed, then according to this one changes. If not like that, you will get the robust value. So that instead of allowing W value and L value to vary, so take one value, W value, forget about the L value. So make it your sense equal, both all equal. So that only the W2 is having some relation with the W1 and W3 is having some relation with the W0. So based on that, you got this relation. So the ratio of the above two transistors is equal to the geometrical ratio of the bottom two transistors. So while operating as a current source with a high output impedance and accurate value, the topology nonetheless consumes substantial voltage headrooms. For simplicity, let us neglect the body effect and assume that all of the transistors are identical. Then the minimum allowable voltage at P is equal to. This is the concept of here. This concept I am talking. For this picture, I am talking about this one. So Vn P. Where is the P? This is the P. Voltage. So Vn minus Vth is equal to VGS0 plus VGS1 minus Vth. Okay. So VGS0 minus Vth and VGS1 is nothing but this much you can write. So what is the Vn? This is the Vn. So minus Vth. This is the Vth will be here. Vth is equal to VGS0 plus VGS1. VGS0 is this much. VGS1 is this much. This plus this total. Minus Vth. Okay. So then you can expand like this. Yeah. So the two overdrive voltages plus one threshold voltage. Earlier equation, if you take this one and this one, these two are what? Overdrive voltage of the M0 transistor, overdrive voltage of the M1 transistor plus Vth. So that is written in the statement form. So the two overdrive voltages plus one threshold voltage, this voltage. How does this value compare with the A picture? So if VB could be chosen more arbitrarily, so then VB could be also slow. Yeah. See, this is the cascade current source with minimum headrooms. You know about the center circuit, the same circuit I use here, but again here is M0 is not shown, but later I shown. So here is this is the one voltage headroom. This is one more voltage headroom. Okay, you can say that is in this case your output current is not equal to the reference current. Reference current. So VGS2 minus VTH1, VTH3. This overdrive voltage, this overdrive voltage. This VB, how to generate? You know the circuit to this one. Here, this is the circuit which generates the VB that is connected to this M3, and the remaining things are as states. If VB could be chosen more arbitrarily, so but the conditions should be the same. Conditions means so based on the VB only, V by voltage whether it's constant or not, we can say. So based on the V by Vx can be decided. Vx, V by both are decided by the VB. The potential applied to the VG. G3. Okay. So this VB is equal to VGS3 plus VGS2 minus VTH2. So VB is equal to from this. So VGS3 plus VGS2. This is the VGS2. This potential plus this potential, and one more is minus VTH2. Threshold voltage of this device. This device. Yeah. So thus cascade mirror circuit in the C wastes one threshold voltage in the headroom, because there we got what two overdrive voltages plus one VTH. So wasted one threshold voltage in the headroom, because if you see this formula, in this formula, this is one power drive, this is one more power drive. So here is also VTH, there is also there. This is extra VTH, extra VTH. So that so wasting extra threshold voltage in the headroom. This is because VDS2 and VGS2 both are same, whereas VDS2 should be as low as this overdrive voltage. Understand why that VTH is wasting? Means we consider that second transistor drain to source voltage and second transistor gate to source voltage both are equal, and your VDS2 could be as low as the overdrive potential of second transistor. So thereby, but anyhow, M2 should be in saturation. So because in the current mirror circuit, all must be in saturation. Otherwise, we cannot do the analysis. Yes, VB is chosen to allow the lowest possible value of VP. VB is chosen to allow the lowest possible value of VP, but the output current does not accurately track I reference because of M1, M2 sustained unequal drain source voltage. So that I am showing here. Yeah, here in this circuit. In this circuit, the same circuit, but here is what is saying some yes. So VB is chosen. What are the VB value? Already it is fed by the two diodes connected in series. It should be very low as possible with the value of VP. So VP should be, VP means here, this one. VY means this one. VP, but the output current does not accurate like I reference because M1 and M2 sustain equal drain source voltages. So your I reference is not exactly same as I reference means I out. I out should be according to our requirement. I out should be I reference. Simply we can say this is tracking, but your I out is not I reference. So higher accuracy is achieved, but the minimum level at P is by one threshold voltage. Before resolving this issue, it is instructive. Okay. Yeah, this is. Yes. This is the cascade current mirror with minimum headrooms at the headroom voltage, and this is the headroom consumed by the cascade mirror. So here with this, because earlier it is not equal to, I think I out and I reference both are not equal. Now both are equal because of this is the VP, this is the VY. This VI should be equal to VX and the VP should be what? The VY should be constant. So for that we made all the arrangements here. Here is the arrangement is VDS2 should be equal to VGS1. Just one more approach is there. Let's see in the next class. Yeah, ask me the doubts.